Salams and welcome. 7 o'clock Sunday morning. You've seen the latest news. 99.9% of the results are in of the 29th of 2024 South African elections, and these are the results. These results I've obtained it from the results dashboard. The National Assembly, 99.9% of the votes are in, and this is from www.elections.co.org. ANC 40.2%, a substantial drop. ANC was previously in the sixth administration was sitting at 58%. So from 58%, the ANC has dropped to 40.2. Let's round it off to 40%. The DA is more or less the same. DA was the same previously. It has increased a bit, maybe about 1%. So the DA is sitting at 22%. And the MK, the very new party in South Africa, previously the top three was ANC, DA, and EFF. EFF is no longer in the picture. Now we have MK, a new party that is now sitting at 14.6. Let's round it off to 15%. So these are the results that we see in South Africa today. ANC 40%, DA 22%, MK 15%. How do we solve this problem in South Africa? The way I see it, and if you look at the dashboard at this website, it's fascinating, and the way they've plotted everything, the support for the ANC and the DA is marked in yellow and the ANC in green. The whole country's basically got support from ANC and DA. The MK party is very, very strong in KwaZulu-Natal. The whole area of KwaZulu-Natal, you just see a whole lot of dots, purple dots, saying that the strongest support for the MK is in KZN, whereas the strongest support for the DA is in the Western Cape and in the Northern Cape, and the strongest support for the ANC is in the rest of the country. Now, we need to understand something about the history of South Africa. South Africa has come from a royal family. There were many blacks in this country who came from chiefs who were from royal blood. Okay, and part of that royal blood, like for example in Eswatini in Swaziland, we have the kingship there. We had King Mangosuthu Buthelezi and the kingship of the princes. So we have a lot of chiefs in this country, and we need to respect all of our chiefs as well. Otherwise, we'll continuously have fighting and infighting in this country, and we as South Africans want peace. So I'm giving a suggestion. Let's divide South Africa into three different countries. In the same way we got Lesotho and we got Eswatini, which is Swaziland. I'm saying we must have three new countries within South Africa, and this is my proposal. This is my suggestion. Now, if you look at the support that the DA has got, the DA has got very strong support in the Western Cape. DA has got very strong support in the Western Cape and in the Northern Cape. The MK party is very, very strong in KwaZulu-Natal. Okay? And the rest of the country, Limpopo is divided. The DA and the ANC got very strong support in Limpopo, Mpumalanga, Gauteng, Northwest, Free State, and Eastern Cape. These other six areas, the DA and the ANC are working some. So my suggestion is as follows. Two things we must do. In the first current election, we must have an ANC-DA alliance for this country, because we want this country to work. So we have an ANC-DA alliance, but we must get our strategic thinkers thinking together. We must divide South Africa into three countries. I would suggest that the MK, the KwaZulu-Natal, must be a separate country ruled by the MK. So the MK must be given the KwaZulu-Natal as a separate country. Then the DA must be given Western Cape, and Northern Cape must be given to the DA as a separate country. So it must be as one country made up of the DA run. Western Cape, Northern Cape is one country. MK is given KwaZulu-Natal as a second country, and the rest of the country is given to the ANC. So Limpopo, Mpumalanga, Gauteng, Northwest, Free State, and Eastern Cape are then given to the ANC. So then we have three countries within South Africa. So then in South Africa, we will have DA country, MK country, and ANC country, And within that, we will have Lesotho and we'll have Eswatini. That is the only way that we can have peace in this country. I want peace for me. I want peace for my children. You want peace for your children, your grandchildren, for the people. We are tired of this fighting, and there will always be this pull for power. You know why? Because we are dealing with chiefs. And you cannot get rid of chiefs. That is why the African continent, you will never get. Previously, I used to think must have the United States of Africa. But you can never unite Africa because each country has got its own chief, has got its own leader. So you cannot expect different leaders, senior people, to now come under one ruler. So the only way to have peace in South Africa is to give the three leading parties. The ANC must have its own country. The DA must have its own country, and the MK must have its own country. Then we, the citizens of South Africa, we will decide if I want to stay under the DA country, or if I want to stay under the MK country in KwaZulu-Natal, or if I want to stay in the rest of South Africa. So those who want to stay in Western Cape and Northern Cape must go there. That's a separate country. We'll have a separate president, we'll then have a DA president. Then we'll have an ANC president, and then we'll have an MK president, and they will all work nicely together with the Lesotho president and the Eswatini president, and we can then have peace in this country. That is how we must we need to start thinking out of the box. Let's remove the chains of our brain. We've got a fabulous brain, left hemisphere, right hemisphere. 90% of the people are good. Let's remove the 10% of the rotten apples. Let's work together as South Africans. We want good for us, good for you. If you agree with me, if you like, whatever you want, help me grow my channel. Put a like. Let me know your comments. Do we think that 3 countries can work? I feel that's the only solution for this country, and that's a fabulous solution because that will give us lasting peace. South Africa is a lekker land, is a beautiful land. Let's make it work together. We need 3 countries in South Africa. Tell me if you agree with me or not. And lastly, before I end, as you know what my own personal national anthem is, Braai Vleis, Rugby, Sunny Skies and BMW. Stay well, look after yourself, pray to God to have peace in this country. And let's remember, let's make South Africa into 3 countries. DA country, Western Cape, Northern Cape. KwaZulu-Natal goes to MK country, and the rest of South Africa goes to the ANC. Stay well, lekker bly. We're going to get this country right. Alhamdulillah.